and welcome to Joy with Alicia. I'm Alicia. In today's Mindful Moments, we're going to try to learn what negative emotions feel like in our bodies because we want to increase that positivity ratio to get to flourishing. But remember that ratio isn't just the numerator of positivity. It's also reducing the denominator of negativity. So we want to learn to feel what those negative emotions feel like in our bodies so we can feel them when they're more subtle. We can feel them before we're about to explode, before we're about to lash out at someone. So let's play with negative emotions with mindfulness. So, as you're ready, nice tall spine, again like a string is coming out at the top of your head and you're dangling on it. And as you're ready, close your eyes or just look gently down in front of you. And settle into the breath. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. Just be here and breathe. If at any point the directions today get overwhelming, come back to your breath or some other home base of your choosing. Maybe the feeling of your seat on the ground, the tingling in your fingertips. But just know it's okay to come back to the home base whenever you need to. First, let's start with anger, because anger is an emotion that does tend to explode, that sometimes creeps up on us. So we want to start noticing the more subtle signs of anger so we can choose how to act rather than react. So as you're ready, picture something that makes you angry. Fill in as many details as you can. And when you've got the event in your head, shift your attention to your body. What does anger feel like in your body? What's going on in your chest? What's going on in your neck? How about your jaw? A lot of us clench our jaw when we're angry. What about your forehead? Really explore what anger feels like in your body so that you can recognize it as you go about your day before it gets out of control. once you feel complete with anger, let it go. Reset with your breath or your chosen home base. Try to clear out any tension that built on your exhales. Now, picture something that makes you sad. What does sadness feel like in your body? Is there a sense of lethargy or heaviness? The only right answer is how you feel right now. Explore. As your exploration of sadness completes, come back to your breath. Again, exhaling that experience out. Resetting with equanimity and mindfulness. Now picture something that makes you anxious. What does anxiety feel like in your body? Are there any tight areas? Maybe observe how anxiety feels different than sadness and anger. How each emotion has its own fingerprint in your body. Again, if this ever becomes too overwhelming, just come back to your breath when you're ready. As you finish your exploration of anxiety, return to your breath. Reset. We'll do one more. Picture something that frustrates you. This might not feel that different than anger, but does it? are there differences between full anger and frustration? Maybe there are no differences. Just observe. What does your body feel like when you're frustrated? If you haven't already, return to the breath. Reset. Come back to right here, right now. Exactly this moment, exactly this body, exactly this feeling. Notice if there's any residual tension and try to release it on the exhale. You might even want to exhale out the mouth. As you feel ready, open your eyes. So we only did a couple negative emotions, but there's some of the more common ones that we have from day-to-day life. So hopefully you're a little more knowledgeable about what those things feel like in your body. Practice this if you have trouble noticing your negative emotions until they're causing you to be reactionary. Remember, it's not just about what we do here on the cushion. We're bringing it out into the world. So hopefully this practice will help you handle your negative emotions and maybe even reduce them so we can get that positivity ratio above that 3-to-1. Thank you so much for joining me today and trying this kind of weird one out. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Namaste.